Hey guys, thinking about making the move to San Antonio, but don't really know where to plant roots. Well, I've got a special treat for you. We're gonna take a bird's eye view and go into the laptop today and see the northwest part of San Antonio and all that it has to offer. So let's get it going. Real quick, I know you see me wearing my Rev Mortgage shirt. Why am I wearing this? Today is actually Memorial Day when this is being filmed, and being an immigrant from Mexico, I love America and I love everything about this country. So if you're thinking about making the move in 9 days, 9 weeks, or 9 months, please reach out to me. I'd love to serve you in any way possible. And if you have a fallen individual who was in the military, my condolences, and I am praying for you. My calendar link is down below. My number is 210-996-9608. And at the top right on my YouTube channel, my banner has a QR code if you'd like to schedule something that way with me. So let's get it going and get into the computer. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing we're really going to focus on is where we're starting, right? So this is called, oh, sorry. Here, let me click this real quick. This is called Pioneer Junction. So it is on the northwest part of San Antonio. So this is central San Antonio, right? And we are, let me get this bad boy out. We're here. So this is where a lot of the new construction is happening. So you'll see 1604 right here. There's a lot of new homes being built outside of the loop. And so you'll hear a lot of people say when they are talking about San Antonio, they'll say, oh, do you live outside the loop or inside the loop? So let me actually take this off. So when they talk about being outside the loop, like I said, we're primarily going to focus on, we went to Bonnie Park yesterday, a really wonderful park if you're wondering, but we're focusing on Pioneer Junction, and there's a lot of builders out there. We'll get to that to the very end of the video, but right now what I want to focus on is downtown San Antonio from here. And my wife and I actually live in the northwest part of San Antonio. So we actually live, let's see, there's the Walmart. So we are going to be around here actually. So let me get my pen out. So actually my wife and I live right here, right off Shaenfield Road in a little subdivision called Shaenfield Place. We really like it. There are some very reasonable and affordable homes there. So if you have any questions about that, I would love to help you. But yeah, the main focal point that we're gonna focus on today is 9303 Pioneer Junction. And you'll see why at the end of the video, because I'll showcase some of the builders that are out there. You can kind of see one right now, Brycewood by Davidson Homes. Funny story, and I'll get to obviously downtown San Antonio, but you can kind of see that it's about 34 minutes away from here. So if you're living on the northwest part of San Antonio, and I'll get back to my story about Brycewood by Davidson Homes, but if you're coming to the northwest part of San Antonio, it's a lot more like you're really, it's for the new homes, right? You know you're going to be a pretty distance away from downtown San Antonio. So what you'll do from here is you'll go down GOM into Shaenfield. What you could also do is go Shaenfield and come into our neighborhood and then take Tausch, right? And then come all the way down and hit 1604 into 151. And then just take 151 into 90 all the way down into like downtown San Antonio. But let me get back to my story about Brycewood Homes. So yeah, from there, from the northwest part of San Antonio to downtown San Antonio, give or take, it's about 25 to 35 minutes. It's really depending on traffic. And like today's Memorial Day, right? So I don't expect a lot of people to be out. It's a little bit on the calmer side, so 34 minutes. But once like the week gets going and the weekend gets going, you expect to be a little bit farther out. So somewhere between like, give or take, maybe 30 to 40 minutes, maybe, yeah. So it's a little bit more of a distance. But funny enough, Brycewood by Davidson Homes, and they're very pretty homes. So if you'd like more information, contact me. I'll definitely tell you about that. But Brycewood by Davidson Homes, funny enough, my wife used to work with the teacher. So she and her husband actually developed Brycewood, and they named the subdivision after their son, Bryce. So pretty interesting little tidbit, and let's go to the second portion of the video. All right, so now we're focusing on the San Antonio International Airport. So this is very important because, again, being outside the loop, everything like downtown and the airport is pretty central San Antonio. So that's going to be a good, again, 30 to 40 minutes away. You're going to go down GOM, Shaenfield, take 1604 East, right? You're going to take 1604 East in here. You'll take I-10 onto 410. So let's get my handy dandy pencil. So GOM, Shaenfield, 1604 East, right? And then what you'll do is you'll take I-10, get onto 410, and then you'll be onto the San Antonio International Airport. So it gives you definitely a good layout of how far the airport is, you know, when you're going to travel, holidays, right? Vacations, if you're going out of the state or out of the country, you'll at least know, because I'm one of those individuals that absolutely has to get there like 3 hours early. I don't know if it's just the dad in me or whatever, right? Like you never know. And if you've flown before, you know stuff changes all the time. I'm like, man, I have a crazy story about, oh my gosh, my charger just flew off. But I have a crazy story about this time in Vegas where our flights literally got canceled and I had to it was Frontier. I'll be very transparent. But anyways, so it's about 30 to 40 minutes away. Right now it's giving 32 minutes because again, there's just not a lot of movement. It is Memorial Day, but you can expect to be about 30 to 40 depending on traffic, depending on what time of the year it is. Right now I'm shooting this video and it is May, right? Memorial Day. So let's get to the next portion of the video. All right, so we're gonna focus now. This is very important because we're a military city, right? Military City, USA, Rev Mortgage, reaching every veteran, right? I work, and they do all other loans as well, so we don't have to specifically focus on like veterans. They, do the first-time home buyers, USDA. They do every type of loan, but their main niche, their main product is working with veterans. So that's who my preferred lender is. If you're a veteran, I am also a military relocation professional, and I can help you move into San Antonio, right? So this is a big one because, hey, man, God bless America. And God bless our U.S. military, but Lackland Air Force Base, right? From the northwest part, it's about 30 minutes away, right? So you're gonna go, again, GOM down, Shaenfield, 1604, and you're gonna get on, 151, and then take 90, and you'll reach Lackland Air Force Base. But yeah, it's going to be about all this right here. It's gonna be about, 30, 35 minutes depending. Again, if you're living on the northwest part of San Antonio, it really is for the new construction. Now, we're focused on the northwest, right? And these are routes to the airport, Lackland Air Force Base, downtown San Antonio. The northwest has a lot to offer and we're gonna get there. I wanted to highlight some of the important stuff first, just because we do get a lot of military. People travel and people love downtown San Antonio. Like my wife and I, my family and I love downtown San Antonio. We love being there. We're not gonna I can make a video about downtown San Antonio too, but I'm gonna get into what makes the northwest part of San Antonio, like right here, so great, right? Look, you're super close to SeaWorld. I mean, you're probably about 10, 15 minutes away from here, and you just take 1604. And then you would get on 151 and you would get to SeaWorld rather quickly. So it has a lot to offer. I just wanted to highlight on some of the important destinations because I know people travel, vacation. I know people love downtown San Antonio, and I know we have a lot of military coming into San Antonio. So those are three of the very important ones, but we are going to get to what makes the northwest part of San Antonio so special, and we're gonna look at some nearby hospitals as well, some daycares, right, some eateries, all within driving distance, probably 10, 15, 20 minutes away. So they won't be as long as the ones we've been looking at. So we're gonna focus on what's closer now and what makes the northwest so great. So let's get to the next part. Okay, so before we get to those closer areas, right? The eateries, the daycares, the churches too, the hospitals. There's 3 Air Force bases here, right? Fort Sam, Randolph, and Lackland. We already covered Lackland. Now, if you're in the northwest part of San Antonio and you're you're coming in to work at Randolph, right? So this is the northeast part of San Antonio, and we are over here on the northwest part of San Antonio. Now again, it's a bright look. It's about 46 minutes away, and there's probably not a ton of traffic right now because it is Memorial Day. But when it's not Memorial Day and the week is going, there's probably not a lot of movement on the base. I'm not too sure. I don't want to speak out of turn, but maybe the weekend's a little bit slower. But during the weekdays, right? You're working your job, you're 9 to 5, whatever you're doing at the Air Force Base. 45 minutes just to get to Randolph. Now, I have heard some people that will drive that distance, and they are absolutely okay with it, right? Take 1604, drive it all the way down. 1604. I mean, you could take 1604 all the way down, actually, 1604 east, and drive this all the way down to Randolph Air Force Base. Now, the Northwest, it's a pretty drive, right? There's a lot happening in the Northeast. So the Northwest is absolutely booming. However, I will say there are other areas in San Antonio, like the southwest part, like near Lackland. I've sold some properties out there. And then the northeast part that are absolutely expanding. There's a lot of new construction in both areas. But from the northwest part, and our reference point is 9303 Penny Junction, because it's actually a really good reference point. It definitely highlights the northwest. It's about 45 minutes. So it is a pretty drive. So if you reach out to me and you really want to live there, fine, right? Like that's your prerogative. No big deal. But I would suggest maybe something a little bit more central, right? Or more north central or northeast. So let's go on to the next Air Force base. All right, so now we're focused on Fort Sam, right? Fort Sam, about 40 minutes away, 1604, 151, you take 90, and then this is where Fort Sam is. So it's a lot more central. I like Terrell Hills, I like Alamo Heights. Those are really, really, really good subdivisions. It's right by the zoo. So right here, great place to be. Now, again, it's 40 minutes away. The closest Air Force base is Lackland, which is right here. And that was, about 25, 30 minutes away, depending on traffic, could be a little bit more. But yeah, Fort Sam is a pretty drive as well. So if you're looking to be in the other 2 bases, so Fort Sam and Randolph, you're going to maybe be more northeast, maybe a little bit more central, more north. But if you're looking to be in Lackland, I still will say that the northwest part of San Antonio could absolutely be an option. Let's go to the next one. So this is really nice. If you're in San Antonio and you haven't heard of La Cantera or the Rim, it's eateries, it's shopping, it's really nice. My favorite place to go to La Cantera is Yard House. At the Rim, it's Majanos. I actually used to work there. But it is about 28 minutes away. And honestly, it goes a lot quicker than that. It's really getting through this sticky little part because GOM into Shaenfield can get pretty congested. But then going 1604 east and going to La Cantera is, because you're hitting 1604, so that's just a straight drive to getting to La Cantera or the Rim. And then there's also golf out there. I'm trying to pick it up. I really want to pick it up. I'm actually have 2 transactions closing on Wednesday, hopefully, praise God. And I think I'm going to talk to my wife, but I want to commit to a set because there's a beautiful golf course out there at La Cantera. But yeah, so really it's getting through this right here, through this sticky part, from GOM into Shaenfield. But after you get that, it's just 1604 east, and it's a straight shot, and you'll see it, and you can get to La Cantera. I absolutely love going to La Cantera. And then they have the Rock, where it's there's eateries, and then you can take it's very kid friendly there. So if you have little babies, little ones, you can go there as well. And sometimes they have this event called Social Sundays, where if you like cars, like exotic cars, they put on this car event there, and it's so much fun. I've been meaning to take my kids. We just got the wonderful wagon, so we're absolutely going to take them. But yeah, La Cantera and the Rim is about 25 to 30 minutes away. All right, let's go to the next one. This next portion is very important because if you're living here on the northwest part of town and you're going to UTSA, go Runners. I actually graduated there myself. Go Runners, graduated with a criminal justice degree. Funny enough, I'm actually not putting it to use. Well, not necessarily, not really, because what criminal justice taught me is the psychology of human beings. So I love being around people, and every individual, every client is different, and I have to tailor and cater to those needs because every individual is so different. But that's what I really enjoy about serving people, is getting to know them, right? Getting to know their style, who they are. So it's absolutely, so not necessarily putting it to use in the criminal justice field because I now do real estate, praise God. But it was a great 4 years, 2016, go Runners. So this is about 15 to 20 minutes away. Same thing, if you get to this little sticky mess right here, it's just 1604 East. And you can get to UTSA. It's getting massive. My main campus was actually UTSA downtown. So if you're a criminal justice major, at least back in the day, I can't really speak on it now because I graduated, what, nine years ago. But if you're a criminal justice major, your campus will actually be downtown. I highly recommend getting a bus pass. They're relatively inexpensive, and the VIA always runs on time. But yeah, for the main campus at least, it's getting through this mess right here, which is the GOM into Shaenfield, and then just hitting 1604 East until you get to UTSA, the main campus. Funny enough, we actually used to live in College Park, and we were just here at Bonnie Connor Park. So there's a lot to do in that area as well. But yeah, that's the distance from the northwest part to UTSA. So let's get to the next one. Now we're going to look at the medical center because I think that's really important. However, I will say this. In this area, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Hopefully we can see a couple of things. Okay, perfect. So in this area right here, I know we're gonna look at the medical center, but in this area right here, there is a fire station, there is an ER, and the fire station is very responsive, and then the ER is open 24/7. So if there is a medical emergency, they are about, let's say about 5 to 7 minutes away. Now, if it's just one of those emergencies that's a little bit more escalated, God forbid, right? That's about 25 to 30 minutes away. 1604 East, after you get out of here, 1604 East, and then you'll take I-10 and you will be in the medical center area. So 25, 30 minutes. But I will say this, being here, there's a lot of resources from Pioneer Junction. Now let's look at the emergency room. Watch the ER 24/7. So exactly. So this ER right here is about 5 minutes away. So if anything was to happen, God forbid, I really wouldn't want to, but that is about 5 minutes away. And if you come up right here, District 7 Fire Rescue Station, they're super responsive. We've unfortunately had to call. We called, they responded fairly quickly. My son, my youngest, got his fever spiked to 105 degrees. So he was looking to almost have a febrile seizure, and we did that with our oldest actually. So we had to call, but they were quick. They were on it. They were on top of it. So I actually want to highlight as well, there is, actually I can look it up right now, a really, really, really great daycare. And that is not true. There, the mustard seed. There it is. Perfect. Yep. And it's right here, same area. So if you're looking to live in the northwest part of San Antonio and you need childcare, which is okay, there is a daycare called the Mustard Seed Early Learning Center. My children actually used to go there, and the teachers are super nice. They are wonderful. Now, right behind the mustard seed, watch. Let me zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Right behind the mustard seed is this, so it's a High Rocks gym, not CrossFit, High Rocks. It's called Savage Fitness, about 5 minutes away from the northwest part. I'm telling you, the northwest part has a lot to offer. We highlighted a lot of like the bigger stuff, but I'm showing you guys, because I live here. I live in the northwest part of San Antonio, all the good stuff. Now, so there's Savage Fitness, there's the Mustard Seed Early Learning Center. Now, this is Rice and Spicy Thai Kitchen. Same location, right here in that plaza. See, there's the ER, there's a great clips. But in this plaza, I actually, if you go to my vlog tour, right before this video, if you go to my vlog tour, you can actually see me standing in front of Rice and Spicy. I give kind of like a layout of the land of everything that I'm showing you here with the bird's eye view, but you got to see it on the map. But Rice and Spicy is a Thai place, and it's 5-6 minutes away. 5-6 minutes away from our reference point, 9303 Pioneer Junction. I mean, it's so close to everything. Man, I really enjoy it. The only con, and I already covered that in my pros and cons, you can go check out that video, is the traffic. It gets a little heavy. Outside of that, let's go. The northwest part is rocking. And then here is my wife and I's like favorite coffee spot. Now here's one of our favorite places to go get coffee. It's called Summer Moon, and it's about 16 minutes away. So you can take GOM and then hit 1560 and you'll get to Summer Moon, and it's right on Culebra. So you can go GOM, 1560 all the way down, and then hit Culebra. Well, funny enough, our church is actually right here as well, and it's called LifePoint. So if you want to go to church, it's your prerogative, but I am a faith-based man. Praise God. I have no shame in that. So you get out, you'll go GOM, and you'll take 1560 again, and then there is our church, which is about 14 minutes away. So it's really, really, really close. We really enjoy it. So let's get to the next portion. Okay. Lastly, before we get to the outro, I wanted to show you guys some of the builders that were out here. So obviously we saw Brycewood by Davidson Homes. I actually wanted to show you what, and you can see the actual homes in my vlog style tour and my pros and cons of living on the northwest part of San Antonio at this reference point. So there's Stillwater Ranch, there's the 40-foot lots, there's the 50-foot lots, and then there is Chesmar. So Chesmar has two products out here. It's the single, family traditional home, and then they have a shared driveway where it's four houses. They look like townhomes, so it's 4 units in a shared driveway. Like I said, my video is pros and cons and vlog style, so you can actually see the properties. If you want like an actual tour, I can send it to you. That's not a big deal. But yeah, so there's Perry Homes, there's Chesmar, there's Davidson, and then on the other side of GOM, it's Davis Ranch. And there's also, I know you guys saw that, there's also Beezer on the other side, and then they're right here in this strip right here. Let me circle it. Where you see Davis Ranch Pulte Homes, right here in that strip, there's Highland Homes, David Weekley, Pulte, and Centex. Let's get to the outro. So if you've thought about moving to San Antonio, Texas in 9 days, 9 weeks, or 9 months, or any of the surrounding areas, I hope you really enjoyed this video and got a lot of good information out of it. That is the northwest part of San Antonio. And reach out to me at 210-996-9608. My calendar link is down below. My QR code is at the top right. My name is Jose Buentello. También hablo español. Si necesitan algo. Have a wonderful day. Thank you to everybody who served. Have a wonderful day, and God bless y'all. Bye.